Ah, fresh air. A wondrous feeling.
Naturally.
I have a sudden urge to stretch my legs. Can anyone recommend a suitable leisure activity?
I might have had some recommendations for you were this the past, but here and now, for someone who has just left prison, there could be no greater joy than simply being outside of it at last.
I could not agree more.
As I thought, the so-called 7 pillars of King Deshret are as underwhelming as ever.
What do you mean? Not a fan of the boys' club?
As men, as individuals, and even as gods, they are entirely undeserving of my attention. Al-Akhmar once commanded me to select a king from among the people, so naturally my eyes will open only for one who is worthy.
Ugh. Can we talk about something else? It all sounds pretty complicated, and I haven't read that many storybooks.
You think this is a mere story? Well, many would also say that the journey you shared with your father is not but a tale. My life, your life, they are nothing but stories. Little girl, it appears that you really have grown. In the past, you would have flown into a blind rage at my words, but now you are unperturbed.
Oh, it's nothing. I just feel like you're right. Getting all pissed at someone for telling the truth is pointless. It only makes me look petty.
This alone is proof enough of your growth. You're doing well, my dear girl. You're becoming ever stronger. Strong enough to defend the people and things you hold dear.
You think so? I hope you're right.
You must be Sethos, the successor to the Temple of Silence. Hello.
Yep, that's me. Nefer, right? That's what I heard the others calling you. Judging by your outfit, I'm guessing you come from the desert too?
That's right. Started off in the desert, went to the rainforest, then went from there to Nodcry, where I work as an intel broker.
Huh. Well, this is interesting. You don't seem to talk about yourself all that much. Yet here you are, volunteering your life story to me. However abridged.
Maybe I'm looking to make some new friends.
I like making friends too. I'm easier to talk to than Sino and a little more streetwise than Tainari.
Which is why you came over this way, giving me the chance to strike up a conversation with you.
Was I that obvious?
I think you did fine. You were mindful of my attitude and hoped to lure me in through sentiment.
Lure you in isn't exactly how I'd put it. I see it more as an invitation.
An invitation to what?
To put down your luggage. Lay down your burdens. To return to your homeland. And be truly welcome in the place you once felt so estranged from.
You're a more interesting heir to Bamun than I was expecting.
Since you're familiar with my grandfather, I'll assume you're aware of our situation. I'd like to make friends with you. And I think you'd be a great asset to us. Not to mention the power you and I both hold. Originally belonged to the same organization.
Aha, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Do you hear that? Sounds like your teacher is scolding mine.
Huh. Classic.
Did you see her? She's a former Vahumana student who dropped out of the academia and went to Nodcry to work as an intel broker. There's more to her than meets the eye.
How can you tell? Do the Matra have information on her?
Some, but nothing telling. I'm basing it on the fact that she seems to be an expert liar. She can fool many with her words.
A sixth sense for liars after investigating so many of them, I take it?
Yep. What about you? What do you make of her?
A little earlier, in the corner, I noticed she gave some supplies to Jet and had her deliver them to the main group.
She's meticulous and highly observant.
Besides, what was it you said? Making it to the top is no easy feat in any profession. Anyone who's at the top of their game has to have some sort of edge over others.
It's true, but she's not the only one at the top of her game. I also am, and so are you.
Sure, but what's to guarantee she won't overhear us talking about her?
Don't worry, I have my methods. Sethos is distracting her.
Ah, I see.
You must be the ones tasked by the Academia with renovating Aru?
That's right. Good afternoon. I'm Kaveh, and these two are Termezi and Naisaburi. Hey, I'll hate them! Come and introduce yourself!
We've met before. This is Thoth, the Ibis King, and everyone knows these two. Afternoon, gentlemen.
I've only ever seen these two in murals!
Ah, the paintings in the temple. They show us chatting, playing cards, playing chess. Precisely the activities we most enjoy, funnily enough.
No, only you enjoy playing chess. We were just humoring you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Back to the matter at hand. A preliminary assessment by the Academia indicates that this project requires expertise in various disciplines, including the deciphering of ancient texts, mechanical engineering, the restoration of ancient ruins, and elemental theory. The most capable minds in their respective fields are here before you. If there are no objections, we'd like to begin our work.
The artisans who built Aru for Al-Ahmar gave their very lives to create this splendid work. Follow their example by giving your utmost devotion to this project.
I didn't know that. We'll do our best, of course, but we certainly won't be sacrificing our lives.
Such brazen words. Humans these days are a far cry from their ancestors. What little respect you show for King Deshret.
No, that's not what he meant. Please, don't mind him. He shares your sentiments, just not your, penchant for hyperbole. Assuming that's what you were going for?
I just think it's important to manage expectations.
Forgive my lack of courtesy, but we simply can't sacrifice our lives to the gods on completion of the project like people in the legends of old. Here's a first draft of the project proposal for your perusal. Please let us know if you have any requests. Normally, I'd have made it look a lot more visually appealing, but we were really pressed for time on this occasion. I hope you'll forgive me if it's a little rough around the edges.
Naturally.
If my fellow ministers deem this meager display of respect sufficient, I suppose I can consider agreeing to their proposal.
Why are you so preoccupied with the ostentatious displays of respect to Al-Ahmar? We should be trying to make things easy for them. You never know. We might have to rely on these young people to look after us in our old age.
Exactly.
This is Aru's mainframe. Be reminded to use it with great caution.
We certainly will. Thank you for your assistance.
You may attempt to lay out punishment should you so desire, though I'm afraid it would be futile. You and I both know that certain components of Aru can only be operated by humans.
King Deshret always believed in humanity. Still, the reason that Aru's modules are designed that way is not so much because he trusted them, but more because he was wary of you.
Is that true? No wonder human artisans helped to build Aru then. He actually required human assistance to create his greatest work.
Naturally.
Have you noticed that the Goat King keeps giving superficial responses? It's like he's just going through the motions and leaving the real debate to his colleagues.
He understands the art of perfunctory speech. That's what earned him his position as the Minister of Ministers. It seems the rumors about King Deshret being a poor judge of character are baseless after all.
Excuse me for being blunt, but it sounds suspiciously like you're putting yourself on a pedestal and mocking me.
You're mistaken. And while there's nothing strictly wrong with making every conversation about yourself, It's not exactly a positive tendency either.
You? Whatever. I knew it'd be like this working with you. All right, let me past. I need to look at this console.
It's your job to activate it after all. Let's begin. Everyone, please proceed with the external checks and preparations as per the procedures outlined in the engineering plan.
Hello there, youngsters.
Whoa, the Ibis King came to life.
What do you mean, came to life? I've been alive the whole time.
You did say we could start our research, right? Are you having second thoughts now?
I've reviewed the proposal. The work you're planning to carry out on this grand device is ambitious in its scope. You have ample confidence in your abilities, I take it?
I wouldn't say I'm feeling hugely confident, but given how bad things are, I'd rather at least try something than sit around waiting to die.
You are the top scholars of your day. I trust you are aware that there are countless links between Aru and the Akasha?
Aru and the Akasha? But I thought the Akasha was the Academia's greatest technological accomplishment, created years ago by the Dendro Archon to help her people access knowledge.
And you too? Do you not know either?
You've read the instruction manual, right? You tell them.
An instruction manual? The Akasha has an instruction manual? The Dendro Archon is a kind and thoughtful god indeed.
It used to sit on a shelf in the corner at the House of Dana. Not the most popular read. If the manual is to be believed, Aru was in fact the original inspiration for the Akasha system.
What? But there are so few records about Aru anywhere. And practically none of these scientific expeditions into the desert had anything to do with it.
Ah, but this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of history? Consider this a quiz. Anyone from Vahumana present?
I'm from Vahumana. It's, well, veracity.
Precisely. And a large part of veracity is the chronological order in which events occur. I may as well tell you. In the beginning, Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers, descended upon Sumeru. The glory of the heaven was within her. She brought life, oases, and knowledge to this land. Then she created the Jinn, enlightened them, and ordered them to serve her. Two other gods also walked upon this land where wisdom flowed in abundance, and the three met beneath the great green trees. It was the first and greatest alliance. We should speak with reverence of this covenant between the three, which transcended both time and life. For they promised that in Sumeru, wisdom would be shared with all. All the great changes in Sumeru's history began with the goddess of flowers. For King Deshret's sake, she pried into the secrets of Celestia, and for this was burned to ashes by the flames of wrath. So grieved was King Deshret by her passing that he lost all interest in state affairs and devoted himself instead to the knowledge that she had brought back. It was after learning of the technology from that floating island in the sky that he first conceived of Aru. And so, the Akasha was inspired by Aru, while the basis for Aru itself came from Celestia's technology.
Well, if the two share a common technological origin, then connecting one system to the other is an entirely feasible idea.
Unbelievable. Have you no reverence at all for celestial technology?
No, I do, but there's no time for that. The schedule is too tight. Blame it on the deadline.
Perhaps you could try coming up with our cutoff dates.
You know what it's like having to turn around 5 different drafts in one day? I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
Yeah, also, Sir Ibis, King, you don't plan on getting directly involved at all, do you?
Yes, well, you strike us more as having come to give a popular science lecture. Or, wait, does this count as more of a first-hand witness statement?
Neither. Anyway, this sounds like far too much work for me.
Still, if Aru is so powerful, why didn't King Deshret use it for more ambitious ends?
Because it was never fully completed. King Deshret had grand plans, but he perished before they could come to fruition. In the beginning, his wish was to create something that could rival the very world itself. The Lord of Flowers sacrificed everything for that ambition. What he desired, she bestowed, and thus was knowledge brought into the world. Her courage and sacrifice had to be honored with the most splendid of monuments, or King Deshret would surely have deemed it a grave injustice. And that monument, built from knowledge and technology, etched with a sacrificial and courageous love, even in its unfinished form, it deserves to be treasured. At that time, King Deshret said the following to the Lord of Dendro. Since we share an eternal covenant, I shall never be your enemy. Hence, the fruit of wisdom from the heavens is not to be devoured. Remember, it is not that I lack the power to become the enemy of wisdom. Yet you and she have taught me much and shown me kindness. For this, I cherish you both. In the end, Aru was only used to store a portion of the souls. It was but a primitive form of the masterwork the king had envisaged. His final hope for Aru was to return to the past, when she yet lived.
So the point you're making is, King Deshret was both powerful and ambitious, and he only ceased his imperious ways out of affection for the goddess of flowers and the Dendro Archon. You could see this as an act of mercy, but you could also see it as the sentiments that lay between these 3 gods placing constraints on him. This was, after all, the foundation of the alliance between them.
This explains why Aru was both a prison and a monument, and why the answer to the 3 questions was time.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all manner of misfortune. This is as true for gods as it is for humans. Love is the same. It is both a prison and a monument. All right, let us pause the story here for now. Seeing as you've been so diligent, I'll offer a little help. Who's in charge again? Is it you two?
Ah, yes, me and him.
Now then, close your eyes. Wisdom hides in the space between the tangible and the intangible. It is to convey the incommunicable through the simplest of mediums. By the power of King Deshret, I shall grant you a glimpse into the unseen secrets that lie at the threshold of existence.
Where did this come from? Is it a new mechanism?
It looks more like some form of externalized information. You've rendered it visible?
Just as the Akasha allows you to access a greater range of knowledge, the power of our king permits one to perceive ingenuities that do not belong to this world. This is no ordinary mechanism. It reflects the internal structure of Aru. Whether you choose to increase or decrease, keep or discard. Come, use these to achieve the outcome you desire.
Looks mechanical to me. Better let me handle it, just in case. But wait, how do I get up there?
Turn around.
So that's where the elevator is. Obelisks were used to record important information in the ancient desert civilization. Hey, Alhaitham, there's some writing here I'll need you to decipher. I've sent it to your screen. Do you see it?
Got it. It's a little blurry, but I should manage.
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text directly to you from now on.
Let's start with this one. It's a variant of an older script. Herein lie verses written for the Yellow Sands. Looks like cultural information from the age of King Deshret.
If so, I suggest you delete it.
Words thrown together merely for fun. I had no idea Aru kept a record of this.
Well, as long as you're certain that this is strictly private information, that's fine.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start now. Found some more. Sending them over to you now.
These are all reports about the Gurubad conflict.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been archived anyway.
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future, let alone a Vahumana Darshan.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, done. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll check them out. Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it? How long is it?
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but it also contains records left by the artisans who built Aru.
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the parts worth keeping.
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the construction of Aru was complete.
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really happen.
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive, including blueprints for their escape route.
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this first before I delete it.
Is that truly necessary? You won't be needing those.
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep them as a memento. I think that should just about do it.
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling, this cross between reality and the intangible. It's like drifting between life and death, or in and out of a dream, using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are forever out of reach.
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense. Definitely a novel experience.
What happens if my spirit just floats away?
That won't happen. Anyway, I wouldn't celebrate just yet if I were you. There's likely to be a phase 2 of this project.
All right. I'd better keep my wits about me then.
I expected that the outside world no longer respected the ancient gods, but even so, I do find the tone of these youngsters to be dreadfully impolite.
It should hardly come as a surprise to you. I remember you saying the same thing last time.
I assumed that was just a one-off. I did not realize it was the norm.
Don't you think that young lad's matter-of-fact tone sounds familiar? It bears a rather uncanny resemblance to you, Goatee.
Surely a sign that he is a man of rare intelligence.
Ugh. The rest of them, though, much better. The blonde-haired one, for instance. So sincere. That's the kind of kid I can respect.
Oh, really? Well, what about your disciple, Nefer? She's about the furthest from sincerity that a person can get.
And now you hit the crux of the issue. Thoth is spouting lies again. He cares nothing for sincerity. He likes Nefer simply because her personality is just like his. Thus, in giving his approval to Nefer, Thoth is simply validating himself. The rest is but smoke and mirrors.
You have some nerve saying that. There really is no helping you two.
Shut up, chess rookie.
What nonsense is this? How dare you tell me to shut up?
How can you engage in such banal chitter-chatter at a time like this? Aru has been opened. The glory and splendor of a bygone age is about to sweep over the earth like a flood. And you're here squabbling like petulant children. All three of you are insufferable. King Deshret was merciful, indeed, giving you a chance to be released from prison. I say, you should have been locked up for good.
Ah, but Bennu, look on the bright side. Had they not been released, we would not have been awoken.
Oh, you've been here this whole time. You should be scolding them along with me.
I miss Hermanubis. It's not a real reunion without him here.
And now you're avoiding the topic and talking to yourself. Why King Deshret designed your personality like this, I will never understand.
Isn't this simply proof that our king supports my free will?
Oh, look at those two rust buckets. Suddenly, you two do not seem so bad after all.
Here, here. If being stuck together for thousands of years fosters no friendship, I cannot say what would.
Naturally.
How's it going? Are things progressing smoothly?
Well enough, I suppose. You know how it is. The work itself is only half the problem. The other half is having to work with Al-Haytham.
I'm sure the feeling is mutual. Honestly, though, I thought you two had already worked things out.
As if. Turns out working closely together is the best way to expose any tensions lurking beneath the surface. Besides, I just think that some people never change.
Agreed. Case in point, you didn't make sure I was out of earshot before you started complaining about me.
Old habits die hard.
Actually, this is for your own good. Maybe if you spend a little more time listening to what other people have to say, you might actually realize that you're the problem.
Naivete is another old habit of yours.
I had assumed that you both volunteered for this project like us forest rangers. But now I'm getting the sense that wasn't the case.
Definitely not. We were assigned to it by Lesser Lord Kusanali and Nephis.
As much as I'd love to be doing normal work for normal clients, these Titan projects are all that's on offer right now. Though I'm sure they wouldn't be roping us in if they had any better options. Just goes to show how short-staffed the academia really is.
I'm sure you've prepared yourself mentally, but I still feel the need to advise you to lower your expectations. It might make the process of working together a little less intolerable.
I know! Same to you! But if you already understood that, you should also know not to say the quiet part out loud.
Why don't you come help me with my forest patrols? Might help you avoid any further disagreements.
Good suggestion, but unfortunately, differences of opinion will always exist. Changing the nature of the work won't get rid of them.
For once, I actually agree. There is zero chance of us ever resolving our differences. Zero! But even so, the work must be done. Care for some coffee?
I'm glad to see you making progress.
Don't act so smug! It'd be nice if you made some too!
I feel like even I've made some progress today. In the past, I never would have dared to try and mediate a conflict between you two while you're both right there in front of me.
Apologizing probably makes it sound like I'm in the wrong, but I'm sorry.
I was just kidding. Truth be told, I don't have any work to do at the moment, so I'm just here to kill some time.
How's Kale?
She's studying with Nicole. I'm not sure how she's getting along, but she seems to be in good spirits at least.
I wouldn't worry. Angelic affairs are probably above your pay grade anyway.
I know what you mean, but Sino and I are still a little concerned for her. He said he'd go keep Kale company after he's finished training the mercenaries. I'm planning to join them myself shortly.
Kale will be okay. Have faith in her. Even we can see how much more confident and outgoing she's become in these past few years. Thanks to you and Sino being there for her and providing guidance every step of the way, she can finally stand on her own 2 feet.
On her own 2 feet.
Does it feel bittersweet? Watching the younger generation grow up and move on?
No, not yet, at least. I was just thinking, I wish there was more I could do for everyone.
She'll be fine.
Yeah, she will. Just try to relax.
Traveler from afar, do you worry for the fate of Sumeru as well?
Whoa! It's Sobek the Crocodile King!
Greetings, Crocodile King.
Please be at ease. I'm just here to chat with you about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sounds like you really care about her.
Yes, although to be exact, it is a mixture of both concern and curiosity that I feel.
Speaking of Nahida, Paimon was wondering how she's doing.
Wait a moment.
What is it?
I tried calling out to a pep, but there was no response. This can only mean that she is focusing all her energy on taking care of Lesser Lord Kusanali.
All the gods who served King Deshret seemed super surprised to hear that a pep agreed to help Nahida. Guessing she made a bad impression on you or something.
Are you aware of the history between her and our king? Then you are learned indeed. I'm glad to know that Sumeru has the support of someone like you. At the end of his life, King Deshret tricked the Dendro Dragon into swallowing him whole, leaving her to bear the torment of his sins. The Dendro Dragon despised King Deshret, yet he outwitted her. Rather than bringing disaster to the land, he chose to deceive her and thereby ensure his annihilation. An act that surely displays his love for humanity. The Dendro Dragon stands for the glory of a bygone era. She hated Al-Ahmar and what he represented. All the gods, all the power they wielded. And so, her willingness to help the Dendro Archon through this crisis comes as a great surprise indeed. It makes one wonder whether, perhaps, the Dendro Archon assisted her in the past.
Yep, Nahida did her a huge favor.
So Lesser Lord Kusanali put an end to the Dendro Dragon's many long years of torment. As much as she loathes the Seven, a pep knows kindness when she sees it. No wonder she was willing to make an exception.
Yeah, that's the sense we got from dealing with her too.
She is not incapable of coexisting with other living things. Rather, she actively chooses to avoid coexistence. And this despite the fact that she symbolizes life itself. How ironic. All of this being said, I wouldn't expect too much from her if I were you. Nothing will change her hatred towards humanity and gods.
We'll keep that in mind. Anyway, how much longer do you think Nahida needs to stay with the pep? desert. Just to be on the safe side, why don't we grab anyone who isn't busy right now and go look for her? I'm alright, Paimon. Huh? Was that Nahida's voice?
It seems the treatment was effective.
Since when do my deeds require your evaluation?
Here will do just fine.
I had no intention of taking you any further. One ought not expect greater generosity than they have earned.
You always hide your kindness away like an oasis within a sandstorm. Only those who make it through the swirling winds can know just how beautiful that oasis is, and how much hope it brings.
You dare appraise my being?
No, I'm expressing my gratitude. I want to thank you for sharing your precious life force with me.
Awake already? You are more resilient than I thought.
Pep. I feel much better. Thank you.
Gods and their gratitude mean little to me. I would rather you give me your assurance that the situation with Irminsul and Sumeru's ley lines will be competently managed. If I suffer any ill effects from the ley lines, you, as the god of this land, will be held responsible. And you would not enjoy being held to account by me.
I understand what you require, but I would assume this task even if you did not demand it. Sumeru is my responsibility. I must resume my duties as soon as possible.
A farcical notion. God of Sumeru, I hope you realize how unextraordinary your strength is.
And yet, maybe it is precisely what defines me. A god of wisdom is not meant to rule by force.
Then hold steady. We go forth.
Well, I'll be. Is that a pep? Do my eyes deceive me? Of all places, the Dendro Dragon has decided to visit the mausoleum of King Deshret?
I see that after all this time, El Ahmar's menagerie of ministers remain as vile as ever.
It's a pleasure, Dendro Dragon. Had you arrived but a little sooner, you might have attended a meeting of the Seven Pillars.
What a nauseating thought. You are not the first insects I have had the displeasure of dealing with today. A swarm of them tugged on my tail on my way over. Goodness knows what hovels they crawled from. Why do all the creatures of this world remain so lowly after all this time?
What did you do with them?
I cast them away. What would you have me do? Keep them as trinkets? Boer, this is where we shall part ways. To be clear, I do not wish to see you or anyone else here ever again, unless absolutely necessary.
Then I wish you peace as you return to your dwelling place.
It matters not to me. Simply refrain from bothering me again.
A force to be reckoned with. At times like this, I feel glad that she has no interest in any of this.
Hold on, just hold on, okay? We're almost there. We made it. Huh? Wait, that voice! It's... Uh-oh, I'm gonna fall! Well, that's a relief. A pair of safe hands indeed.
The Dendro Archon's familiars. They are the last thing I expected to see here.
Huh? Wait, what are the Aranara doing here? Don't you guys hate the desert? Obviously I was worried about the Dendro Archon. I've been supporting them with my Pari powers the whole way here. Oh, They seem pretty nervous. Is it because there are too many people around? Not just people. It's all these non-human beings, too. It's hard on them. I can't believe you made such a long and dangerous journey just for my sake. I appreciate your support so much. Thank you all. I'll have to ask everyone to wait while I help our new arrival settle in. Once I'm done, I'll gather everyone to discuss our next steps. Traveler, Paimon, shall we find a place for our friends to stay? Awesome! Let's go! Well, first I have some questions. Okay, I think that covers everything. Thank you. We can get going now. Hello, everyone. It's only us. It must be very tough for you coming all the way out here, especially since you don't like the Voluka. Is everyone back in Vanarana doing well? Everyone's here. Good. Are you okay? You look like you were about to pass out back there. Then you're forgetting who I am. Don't underestimate me. Red flag. Oh, excuse me. Are you comparing me to Paimon? I suppose everyone is gathered here because of me. As we can see, the situation is critical, and everyone is very busy with their various tasks, so... I can't thank you enough. Right now, we're focused on restructuring Aru, processing excess information, and helping restore everyone's confidence. I'm sure you'll find it all very straightforward. I can help too. Just let me know where I'm needed. Up to no good? That definitely sounds suspicious. Traveler, Paimon, I have other work to attend to here that needs to take priority. Could I trouble you to investigate the situation Arabalika spoke of? No problem. Leave it to us. Thank you. I'm counting on you. There there's one other thing. If you are to work alongside the people of Sumeru, you will need to make yourselves visible to them. Is that acceptable to everyone? There's nothing to fear. No one here will hurt you. But if you do feel afraid, don't worry. Just call my name and I'll be there. Very well. Now, I shall bestow a small blessing upon you all. Whenever people see you and interact with you, from the moment their gaze meets yours, they will experience the most beautiful of dreams. Do not fear. We will face it together. This too shall pass. Ah, everyone's here. Wonderful.
Dendro Archon, you're back. Are you recovering all right? You mustn't push yourself too hard.
I'm doing very well. Thank you for your concern. I see. Using the power of Aru to reboot the Akasha and gain access to Ermin's soul. It's a sound plan, although... I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but with the state that Ermin's soul is currently in, it's impossible to access via traditional means. Even the Akasha won't change that.
Alas, we had feared this may be the case.
And what about non-traditional means?
Non-traditional means?
Are you saying...
Desperate times call for new measures.
Ah, it's you. Is there a situation? The Aranara have good intuition when it comes to people. In other words, there may well be a traitor among us.
Given everything that's going on, I'd be more surprised if there wasn't.
Miss Nefer, as a professional intelligence broker, I trust you have a solution?
Not one that I'm willing to volunteer. What's in it for me?
Let's say I'll treat this as a pilot project aimed at expanding your intelligence operations. Whatever business you're in, an avenue to demonstrate your abilities could never hurt.
I like the sound of that. Glad we're on the same page.
Given that you rarely set foot in Sumeru, practically no one at Caravan Rebot knows who you are.
I take it you've read the files on everyone in the area?
Yes. I also skimmed the list of evacuees, and am more or less up to date on where everyone stands.
Any initial suspects?
Limiting the scopes to males whose recent activity could be viewed as suspicious. I've identified 3 names. The Aranara saw 2 people talking, but currently we only have one suspect. The other person was probably just a messenger, and in all likelihood has already left Caravan Rebat.
Everyone is heading for the desert per the evacuation order. Anyone willing to turn back at this stage is almost certainly with the Fatui.
There's no way it was a spur-of-the-moment decision to act at a time like this. This spy must have been planted long ago. We need to smoke him out from wherever he's hiding.
Sounds like you have the beginnings of a plan. I see. Your suspicions are well-founded. I'd be watching him too if I were you.
So far, we still lack solid evidence that he's been bribed. He hasn't made any recent purchases that would indicate he came into some cash.
Then let's get closer to him to confirm before we make our move. I can handle it. I'm not based in Sumeru, so barely anyone at Caravan Rebat knows who I am.
And you're certain you've never encountered this person in Nodcry?
I'm certain. Besides, it's extremely rare for me to have had any direct contact with Sumeru mercenaries besides Jet. There's no way he could have seen my face before. Sino, stay out of sight and wait for my signal. If he raises any red flags, I'll bring him toward the main road.
Understood. I'll take it from there.
Excellent. Well, it's a pleasure working with you. Darker skin, scars, frequents the desert and has ample combat experience. Nothing unusual about how he dresses or acts. What's that he's looking at? A coin. Interesting. Could that be how his contact paid him? Conveniently discreet for someone trying to hide any unexplained income. And yet it could be highly valuable. Sorry to bother you. Has everyone here already left? I don't suppose you happen to see a lady wearing a hat?
Ma'am, what are you doing in Caravan Rebat all by yourself? The main group evacuated some time ago. Didn't you pass them on the road?
My friend and I lost some of our cargo along the way. I didn't want to miss out on potential business, so I told her to go on ahead and meet the client while I retraced our steps. I didn't think it would be so late by the time I found it. And then there was a terrible sandstorm. I guess I must have taken a wrong turn, because I didn't see any large groups on my way here.
Forgive me for asking, but just to be on the safe side, could you describe this friend of yours?
Sure. She has blonde hair, and she was wearing a hat and a white dress. You'd definitely know if you'd seen her.
Yes, I think that does ring a bell. Ah, my apologies. During this exceptional time, the Core of 30 are under orders to be extra cautious when dealing with unknown people, whoever they might be.
I understand. Well, sir, is there anything else you need to know? If not, I'd better try and catch up with them.
Hey, wait! They left a good while ago now. You'll never catch up with them on your own. Why don't I give you a ride? I'm here to collect the last few people anyway. We have plenty of carts, so one more won't be a problem.
That would be amazing. Traveling with a group will be much safer. I'll have to pay you for your trouble.
Hey, let's not worry about the money for now. Wait here a moment. Once I'm done packing up, I'll take you to join the rest of the group.
All right, thanks. Let me know if you need a hand carrying anything.
No need for that. I'm strong enough for both of us.
Okay. Well, I wish there was some way I could repay you. Guess it's my lucky day, running into someone who knows what they're doing here. You might have just saved my life, you know?
You're not wrong there. I mean, what kind of cargo is so important that it's worth risking your life to get back? I hope for your sake that it's priceless.
Actually, I suppose I can tell you, since you've been such a big help. But be sure to keep it to yourself or we could both be in big trouble.
Oh, really? Sounds mysterious.
We're in the antiques business. You understand? Some of our goods aren't acquired through the most legitimate means. We have to be very discreet when we're selling them. That's why I had to go looking for the missing cargo alone.
Ah, no wonder. Well, ma'am, in that case, it turns out that maybe there is something you could do for me.
I'm all ears. But to be clear, our commission isn't cheap. Think carefully before you ask. We don't want to ruin our relationship before we even hit the road.
I'm sure that won't be a problem. My issue is, I have something that's a little difficult to sell on as well. Take a look at this.
Pure gold. That's quite something. How'd you come across it? Dig it out of some ancient tomb?
If you look hard enough, there are many treasures to be found in the mausoleum of King Deshret.
It has no distinct Snezhnayan markings. That'll be why he's going with that story. And he clearly doesn't want to arouse suspicion, so he's on the lookout for an opportunity to make a quiet trade. Surely you have an existing business partner. Won't they take it off your hands? I hope I won't be attracting the wrath of my competitors by helping you sell this.
The shop I used to work with is having cash flow issues at the moment after losing some money. I'm under enough pressure as it is without having to deal with them. On the off chance anything went wrong, I'd never get my money back.
I understand. Gold is the last thing that traders with cash flow problems want to see. Well, in that case, I think we can work something out.
As it happens, I'm just about done packing. Shall we make a move?
Sure. Let's walk and talk.
This evacuation was a huge operation. They needed a few people to stay behind and tie up loose ends. And I ended up being one of them. You're lucky you ran into us in time.
I certainly am. I don't know how this happened. One thing led to another, and look how it ended up. I just hope our client doesn't get spooked and cancel their order.
Fingers crossed. But either way, life goes on, and we all have to make a living somehow.
Hands where I can see them.
General Mahamatra! No, wait! What are you doing?
This is the coin? Good. Sadly, you won't have the chance to spend it.
Nicely done. Looks like Sumeru's Matra are a well-oiled machine nowadays.
Unmarked gold coins are quite difficult to trace. Thanks to you, we have secured the evidence. Here's what's gonna happen. Southeast from here, leeward side of the hill. That's where he's meeting his contact.
Great work. Candace tells me your interrogation skills are highly effective.
Hers are quickly catching up. She's improved a lot in recent years. Looks like it's over to you for the next step.
Because I'm quickest on my feet?
Because you know how to trail a target. Plus, it'll be easier to monitor their activity from the air.
Fine. I'll be quick.
One more thing. The Traveler just brought a message from the Dendro Archon. Once you're done with this, we're to meet up at the mausoleum of King Deshret.
Got it. Will do.
Are you sure you'll be okay on your own?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe you should come with me.
and Paimon's coming with you.
Really? You do know this is a stealth operation, right? Meaning, you have to be quiet?
Paimon? Are you sure about this?
Well, Paimon at least wants to give it a shot. Like everyone says, if you never try, you'll never know. Besides, being the best guide into that has to count for something. This should be a piece of cake.
Fine. Join me if you want. But be warned, if anything goes wrong, I'll have to gag you and shove you into a bush.
No need! Paimon will be super careful. Promise!
Good. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Ah! Coming! Coming! Hey, guy! Wait up! Hey, slow down, will ya?
We're here. Now we wait.
Okay, yeah, cool. Cool.
What's on your mind, Paimon?
Huh? Oh, nothing?
I thought all you cared about besides being a guide was food and sleep. Why the sudden urge to go on a dangerous mission?
What's that supposed to mean? Paimon's been on plenty of dangerous missions before.
But never on your own. You hardly ever leave the traveler's side. Just saying. I'm kind of at loose ends right now. So if you did want to share, I suppose I'd have to listen. If not, suit yourself. Makes no difference to me.
That guy? Do you think Paimon is useless?
What? Where's that coming from?
When we were in Notcry, Paimon suddenly realized something. Even though Paimon's with a traveler every single day, whenever we face real danger, she can't do anything to help. Paimon doesn't get like this very often. She just got really scared when the traveler got kidnapped that time. What if she never came back? What would Paimon do then? And the more Paimon thought about it, the more useless she felt. But Paimon doesn't want to be a burden. Paimon wants to be a friend who's actually useful. Does that make any sense? You know, that feeling of just being completely useless and... Oh, Paimon probably sounds so ridiculous right now.
You asked the right person. Boy, do I know that feeling.
Oh, that guy.
I'm not gonna try and encourage you. What I will say is this. When you start doubting yourself, you have two choices. Give up or change. You have to make the decision to move forward. Otherwise, no amount of consultation from other people is gonna help you. So ask yourself, what do you want? To get stronger? To learn more? Whatever it is, go do it. You won't have any regrets if you can at least say that you tried.
Oh, all right.
Something's not right. Shouldn't they be here by now? Paimon, is it just me? Or is it a little too quiet around here?
Should Paimon take a look?
We'll give it another hour. If nothing happens, we head back.
Okay. How strange. We've been here for ages. Where the heck are they? Have we been stood up? What is it? Did you think of something?
Something feels off about this whole situation, but I can't quite explain why. We know for sure that the guy Sino caught had something set up, yet somehow his contact is a no-show. So, either the handler got caught, or, more likely, they decided to cut our guy loose.
But how would they know to do that? Wouldn't they at least send someone here to check things out?
That's the problem. They couldn't possibly know what's happening here. Unless... This feels all too familiar. Come on, let's head back.
Even though this isn't a formal meeting, I'd still like to start by saying how grateful I am to each and every one of you. Thank you all for coming here and standing by our side.
Shesipank and Bennu are currently assisting the scholars with the maintenance of Aru. Please forgive their absence. As for Hermanubis, may he rest in peace. We remember him with great fondness.
There have been times when I imagined what it might be like to meet you all. Now that it's really happening, I feel quite emotional. Time has taken many things away, but that which remains is all the more resilient.
I must say, there is one thing that rather surprises me. You appear to be in good spirits, Lesser Lord Kusanali. But even so, I can sense that the life force given to you by the Dendral Dragon has far from fully resolved the problem of your vitality.
Oh no! So even a Pep's power didn't work?
Don't worry, Paimon. It worked very well indeed. The issue is how closely I am tied to Irminsul. Until the problem with it is resolved, there is no way I can fully recover. Sumeru has undergone tremendous changes during your absence. When gods pass away, inevitably, people's faith in them grows weaker. You must have sensed it already. Your power is not what it once was.
Regrettably, this is true.
I too have grown weaker due to the effects of Irminsul. Right now, we're all in quite a sorry state.
Then what do you suggest?
We take all the help we can get. Sumeru is our shared home. You and I, gods and humans alike. We must unite all our strength in this moment.
Though Al-Ahmar is no longer with us, the alliance between the three gods remains in force. Regardless, as subjects of our king, we have a responsibility to support Sumeru through this catastrophe. Not to mention that it was the people of Sumeru who released us from this prison of Aru. Times have changed, and the people of today possess greater wisdom than those of the past.
You really know how to give a rousing speech, Goti.
Now then, let us learn more about your plan.
The brightest minds of the Sumeru Academia are busy opening and renovating Aru. They claim it has something to do with Irminsul?
Correct. Irminsul has existed in Teyvat since the very beginning. But during the Age of the Dragons, it did not possess the significance it holds today. After the heavenly principles arrived, the power of the Light Realm was divided into elemental energy, and Irminsul was refashioned as a device that records and preserves all information. Since then, everything in this world has been inextricably linked to it. As the Dendro Archon, I have a duty to protect Irminsul. To Sumeru, it is both a national treasure and undeniably a major threat. Teyvat has seen many upheavals in the last few years. The most recent of these was a major crisis in Notcry, which forced Sumeru to be even more vigilant than usual. I made sure to monitor all the pathways through which an outsider could potentially transmit themselves into Irminsul. But despite my efforts, a major problem still arose within. I still believe that someone has actively invaded Irminsul. But rather than taking any of the pathways I referred to, the intruder chose instead to utilize the most direct route, and the only one that cannot be protected against, by entering Irminsul through death.
I see what you mean. You cannot simply stop all deceased souls from returning to the ley lines because of a potential invasion that could occur at any time.
That's right. As important as it is to guard against external threats, I couldn't allow myself to stop the souls of the departed from finding peace.
Please, understand how difficult this predicament was for the Dendroarchon.
Defense has never been an easy task.
After Irminsul was invaded, my authority was quickly restricted. Soon after that, the tree began denying access to any connections.
I'm sure you feel responsible, but you are not to blame. No one can predict every possible disaster. There will always be trials and tribulations for the world to endure.
But the people of Sumeru should not have to endure this. We must find a way to break through the lockdown and connect to Irminsul.
And this is why you need Aru.
Yes. The only thing in Sumeru capable of rivaling Irminsul in terms of overall function and performance is Al-Akhmar's legacy, Aru. All I managed to do before falling into a coma was make some minor adjustments to Irminsul. Using Aru is a last resort, and a move that comes with enormous risks. The scholar's initial plan was to borrow Aru's power to reboot the Akasha, then use the Akasha to connect to Irminsul and investigate. Unfortunately, Irminsul has suffered far greater damage than they first thought, rendering that plan futile. To rise to the challenge, we had to resort to more extreme and far costlier means. This has led to a number of new contingency plans. To reclaim Irminsul, our brightest scholars have made further modifications to Aru with multiple goals in mind. I thank you all for giving them your blessing in this endeavor.
Human wisdom has clearly improved over the millennia. You have not only our support, but that of the Jinn, the Aranara, and the Pari.
Together, we will do everything in our power to save Irminsul.
By the way, when you spoke earlier of an intruder, it almost sounded as if you knew who you were dealing with and what they were capable of.
Well, since you ask.
Master Tainari! What is that?
Is this Irminsul?
How did this happen? What's going on inside?
Luckily, we managed to evacuate everyone.
What in the world was that? That was terrifying!
Oh my. I understand now, Dendroarchon. You make yourself quite clear indeed.
Not once over the millennia has Irminsul been so terribly afflicted as this.
Please continue, Dendroarchon.
Irminsul's root system is what comprises the ley lines. In the past, it has always been hidden away, going unseen by the general populace. But now, an evil intruder is making it reveal itself. It has become a tree of unbridled greed. A clear sign that a deranged experiment has advanced to a new stage.
Blasphemy. From where I stand, an experiment in the name of blasphemy sounds rather improper. But if we are to honor Dottores' will, this is what we must do.
The birth of this tree proves to me beyond doubt that this incident is connected to him. But to explain the situation in full, there is someone I need to tell you about.
Zandik. So it was him. I saw him in the desert once. A man of supreme arrogance. So this is where it has taken him.
But didn't Dottore die and not cry? How is he still able to do all this?
He must still have loyal followers amongst the Putei. Even so, I'm still unclear as to how he has been able to wield such a profound influence over Irminsul.
I can confirm that Putei forces have arrived in Sumeru City. Furthermore, Irminsul seems to be undergoing some kind of mutation. Evil branches are beginning to grow. Things that do not belong to this world are slowly but surely materializing. Sorry, I couldn't think of any other word to describe it. They don't seem to be fully formed physical entities yet, after all, but they are gradually becoming real.
A baleful tree climbing up into the heavens.
Speaking of Dottore, I have some information on that front as well. I didn't think it was wise to state this out in the open. But my theory is, the mole wasn't cut off after he was caught. They wrote him off from the beginning.
You mean, the Putei never intended to follow through with him? Then why plant a mole at all?
It's hardly a conventional strategy, and the rationale behind it is pretty twisted. But as it happens, I know someone who works exactly this way. And when it comes down to it, his goals are very simple. He just wants to confuse people, so they can't figure out what he's up to. He's been a collaborator of Dottore's from the outset. That fact alone confirms that Dottore is involved with this somehow.
There is still much to be done. Everyone, please remember our core strategy.
As per the discussions, the following groups must act immediately. Mr. Al-Haytham and Mr. Kaveh, the next phase of the Aru renovation project must begin right away. Godspeed to you both.
We'll give it everything we've got.
The plan looks feasible, but the implementation will require certain resources.
General Mahamatra Sino and his team will help to procure the materials required for modifying the terminal.
No problem. I've already spoken with Sethos and Hat Guy, and they've agreed to assist me.
This kind of thing is best left to the fleet-footed, right? Hat Guy?
If it's efficiency you're after, we're the right people for the job.
Following up on the elemental energy amplifier we discussed, Ms. Dory, I assume you're the one most familiar with the status of this project. Aside from the Dendro Archon, of course.
Yep, that's right. Leave it to Lord Sangamabe.
Got it. Well, I'd like Madame Farazan, Kale, and Nicole to support Dory on the technical side.
You can count on us. Will do.
Rest assured, I'll take good care of Kale.
Dia, Candace, and Nefer, you'll be in charge of negotiating between the various parties. I trust you remember our goal.
You bet. We can handle it.
Good. I believe that covers everything. Tainari will provide ad hoc support as needed, if that's okay.
Poor Tainari. Must be tough being Nephis' student. Getting bossed around all day, every day.
Hey, don't try and drive a wedge between us, you old rascal.
All it says to me is that Master Nephis has faith in everyone's abilities. While I'm nominally here as backup, I doubt there will be many situations where my help is needed.
Exactly.
Finally, Traveler, you and I will head to the border between Sumeru and Natlan. Once that task is complete, I'll be asking some of you to accompany me to the Eternal Oasis.
The Eternal Oasis? I thought that was just a legend. So it does exist after all.
Regarding your trip to Natlan, under normal circumstances, a meeting between our two nations would be a far more formal affair. Unfortunately, Sumeru is all but completely cut off from the outside world at present. So regretfully, we won't be able to give the Pyro Archon Mawika the grand reception that she deserves. My apologies for the inconvenience.
No point putting too much pressure on yourselves. That goes for everyone.
Right. Especially you, Dendro Archon. I'm sure you're still feeling quite weak.
Don't worry about me. The Dendro Dragon's life force will sustain me.
Plus, we'll be there every step of the way. Nahida will be just fine.
Yes. I believe in myself. And I believe in every one of you. Well, time to get going.
To what extent we can implement the final plan depends on how successfully the Akasha can be modified and configured. And to make sure the configuration works, Aru will also need some further optimization.
Yeah, no surprises there.
Once we roll this out, any Sumeru citizens who already have Akasha terminals can simply continue to use their existing devices. This still leaves us with a significant equipment shortage, though. Many groups of people were never issued Akasha terminals, including mercenaries, the desert folk, and many others.
We'll need a supply of rare materials for the renovation of Aru and the production of new terminals. Right now, the best place to source these locally is from the primal constructs within King Deshret's mausoleum. Time is not on our side here. It's gonna be a race against the clock.
The Aru merge and renovation project will have to be carried out by you two. Everything's riding on this, so failure is not an option. Best of luck to you both. As discussed, General Mahamatra Sino and Mr. Hat Guy will source the required materials. Mr. Sethos is quite familiar with the layout of King Deshret's mausoleum. With him accompanying them, things should go quite smoothly.
I have every confidence. In the meantime, we may as well take a breather.
Makes sense. There's not much we can do until the materials arrive.
Get in formation and stay close.
What is this, boot camp? Knock it off.
It's just Sino being Sino. You know what he's like.
Everyone clear on our mission objective. Look at the excess primal constructs, dismantle them, and extract the required materials.
And King Deshret's 7 pillars agreed to this?
If they're just sitting there doing nothing, we might as well put them to use. Thoth's words, not mine.
How many do we need again?
Enough to make an Akasha terminal for everyone who doesn't own one.
I remember you telling me how revolutionary these Akasha terminals were. You've used one before, right?
The Academia declared the Akasha to be the most powerful and comprehensive wisdom dissemination system in history. That should give you an idea of how powerful it is.
Certainly sounds impressive.
Neither Hat Guy nor I have ever had an Akasha terminal.
Well, if it all goes to plan, that's about to change.
Oh, goody! Thank you so much for handling the delivery. What a long way it was. You've really outdone yourselves. I'm well aware what a bumpy, dangerous journey it must have been. Now, I would have loved to oversee the process myself, but of course, those of us who know the plan can't leave the mausoleum.
Oh, trust me, I'm patting myself on the back for my assembly work here. Simply flawless work. But will you really be needing all of this?
According to our plan, yes, this is the quantity required. I have no complaints about the quality either. Only the price. So expensive.
I heard you covered a lot of the funding out of your own pocket.
Oh, that's an exaggeration. The Academia provided most of the funds. I just offered a small token of my goodwill. Of course, the real tragedy is how little profit I'm making on this. You know, it's a serious crisis when you can't even make money out of it.
It's really quite a beautiful design. And I'm intrigued by how such a diminutive device is able to output the power of the Light Realm.
Did you attend the lecture on Light Realm energy, Madame Farzan? I don't believe I saw you there.
Of course I attended. I was just a little late, so I had to listen to the whole thing from outside the back door. Ahem. Anyway, I have a perfectly good understanding of Light Realm, elemental and abyssal energy, as well as the relationship between the three.
Good to know. Master told me in private that the conversion process between Light Realm energy and elemental energy involves highly classified knowledge that shouldn't be disseminated too widely. But even so, the scholars still shared said information.
Well, you can't enforce a rule that everyone breaks. Is that the idea?
At first, the Dendro Archon was reluctant to explain it in great depth for safety reasons. Later, she came to terms with it and simply informed my master that we would all have to face the question of survival together. To protect someone from such dangers means keeping them in the dark, but for someone to know and embody the wisdom within, they must understand its very essence. It's an information hazard. We're exposed to danger just by knowing the facts, and just like bait, it lures us in by offering us the solution to our problems. But if you're not careful, you'll end up pursuing it down a dark path. A tricky problem. But today, this big problem has been broken down into many smaller, more trivial ones.
What do you mean?
I get it. For instance, you and I share secret knowledge, while she and I take on the risks of life, death, and fate. Something like that?
Hey, what? That is not what I call a trivial problem.
Well, as they often say in Vahumana, an event that is monumental to the individual is negligible in the grand scheme of history. Generally, the fate of the individual is an insignificant affair.
Being from Amorta, where the subject of our research tends to be a lot more personal, I have to disagree. It's hard to dismiss the individual as insignificant.
In other words, the big problem of survival has been broken down into many small, interconnected factors, and each one of us represents one of those factors.
When the same secret is shared with a group of people, the same fate binds them together. Most people would find this unimaginable, but to us scholars, this is the path that has always beckoned to us.
Sharing knowledge is a good way to fight against fate. I will always believe in that. All right, I think that's everything.
Thanks a lot. But don't go anywhere just yet. I'll still be needing you to calibrate the equipment.
Okay, the materials are ready. We can proceed with the next phase. Al-Haytham, how are you getting along?
Most of the information in Aru is written in ancient desert scripts. Some of this is written in a tribal language, while other parts seem to be a variant of an Oasis script, based on the glyph forms.
Oh. Not lost to history, I hope.
Some are. All we can do is infer the meaning based on the rules of related languages. Although, this section actually fills in some of the missing historical record. I'm transcribing it so we can bring it back to the academia.
After Aru started up, 2 more lines of text appeared here. Can you read them?
Humans may not read what is written by the gods, except by not reading. Victory should not be easy to attain, for it symbolizes divine wisdom. Knowledge must not waver, for it has external borders.
Is this a clue to solving a puzzle? Or is it being symbolic? You can't read it unless you don't read it. Victory is wisdom. Knowledge is confined by borders. Wait, I think I've got it. It's a metaphor, isn't it? It's talking about...
a chessboard.
You were right. The youth of today are skilled at solving riddles.
Have the secrets buried in the desert not been unearthed over the years all the same? Since Aru is a place reachable through wisdom, This day was bound to come sooner or later.
Oh, I've always been against overly cryptic sentences. Don't you get tired of reading and writing all that?
Ah, it's you three. Just in time. We've been delving deep into Aru, and now this board has appeared.
I've heard this was how you'd while away your free hours. You must be quite the experts by now in that case.
It is true. King Deshret's chess games are some of the most well-loved of all his wonderful creations. If you have ever been to Safhe Shatranj, you may well be familiar with the chess pieces you see here.
Is this chessboard supposed to be another visualization of the interior of Aru, then?
Naturally. Visitors, everything is ready. Only by completing the challenge on the board in accordance with the rules will you be permitted to overwrite Aru.
1 second. It's not dangerous, is it?
Dangerous? Why, yes, of course.
I should be the one to go, then. Wait for me here.
Sounds like the self-confidence of our present company has rubbed off on you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm your upperclassman, and that means I have to look out for you.
I appreciate the sentiment, but a game of chess typically requires 2 players. Besides, I'm sure they won't let things get out of hand. Keeping things relatively safe is in your best interest too, isn't it?
Fair enough. I mean, you guys are controlling the difficulty, so please don't go too hard on us, all right?
Ah, but Bennu said he wanted to put some respect into these whippersnappers. All right, all right.
Thank you. Obviously, we'll still try to be careful. This doesn't seem like ordinary chess. Is the goal to defeat the opponent?
No, you must enter the board and pass the trials we have placed there.
Ready?
Let's do it.
The first trial is posed by me.
I don't think this is gonna stop us.
Ah, but the key to this game lies in working together. Otherwise, you will be deemed to have broken the rules.
Looks like it's up to me. Marak, can you open it?
King Deshret's favorite primal construct. Living on in suitcase form, of all things. Amusing.
Ho ho! Excellent work. Now is the time for my trial. Now, don't be nervous. I'll make it nice and easy for you.
Really?
Thanks in advance. We appreciate it.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Done.
Finally. It's over. But seriously, that was incredible! Standing on the chessboard felt completely different from standing on solid ground. And also... Oh, sorry. I'll save my thoughts for later. Thanks to the 3 of you for helping us out with this. Is it just me, or were you giving us quite a lot of guidance along the way?
We made but a humble contribution.
You lived up to our expectations. Bravo! Our aid was not given for naught.
In addition to the existing functions, I'd like to ask you for another favor. Since Aru's interference shield can cover the entirety of the mausoleum, it should be possible to extend its range even further. Perhaps you can find a way.
So, building upon the existing functions to... Ah! I'm with you!
Imagine for a moment. What would the ideal outcome look like if this function were compatible with the devices?
I agree. This is the best solution possible. Please, everyone, we beg you to help us.
Me, oh my! Well, since you ask so very nicely, I suppose... Goti? Croco? What do you say?
Naturally.
There you are. Miss Nicole truly is an angel. She shows great wisdom in guiding others, and she has already sent word to Natlan on our behalf. She said that while the other members of the Hexen Circle are busy with important work, she is quite free, and she is more than willing to accompany the people of Sumeru for the entire journey.
Oh, there's Nicole, all right. Always super patient and loves to help everyone out. She's the best.
She is. So kind and enthusiastic. Well, time for us to get going. Let's head out.
This should be one of the closest places to Natlan in all of Sumeru. There's the barrier Nicole and Nefer mentioned. It completely cuts this nation off from the others. But why? Why separate you from the rest of the world now specifically? And if I'm not mistaken, Irminsul was polluted once before, wasn't it?
Good question. I'm wondering the same thing myself.
That voice. Moika! You got here pretty quickly.
Hello, traveler. It's been a while.
Hello there.
Hello, Dendro Archon.
Moika, I apologize for asking you to meet at the border on such short notice. I also apologize for not being able to greet you in person. The form in which you see me now is one carried by the Traveler. The real me is inside the mausoleum of King Deshret, and I am reaching out to you with my mind from here. Irminsul has been infiltrated by the Doctor. We must be on our guard, as he can spy on information in the world from within the tree. Fortunately, there is no record of the Traveler in Irminsul, and you are still within Natlan's borders.
My records will be preserved in the Night Kingdom, rather than the ley lines. As long as the Night Kingdom remains disconnected from the ley line cycle, the Doctor has no way of knowing my movements.
Exactly.
So by meeting each other in this way, the meeting essentially never happened. No wonder Paimon didn't come. You were concerned that her activity would be recorded by Irminsul. The Natlanese have heard about the situation in Sumeru. With the borders sealed off, merchants have been forced to stop their shipments. It's pretty serious, and you're the ones bearing the brunt of it.
I'd like to address the question you raised at the beginning. I can offer a brief explanation, although it will sound rather cruel. I don't reach this conclusion gladly, but Irminsul predates the heavenly principles. It existed long ago, when the dragons of Natlan were at the height of their power. So even when the people of Sumeru became ill because of pollution, it was not a critical issue from the perspective of Irminsul itself. As long as it continues to function normally, the barrier will not be activated. But this time, the Doctor's invasion has directly affected the tree. That is what caused the barrier to deploy. The heavenly principles established a rule that when Irminsul is plunged into grave danger, a portion of power will be reserved to isolate Sumeru. That way, even if Sumeru is destroyed, the outside world at least has some time to catch its breath.
We'd certainly need it.
The heavenly principles created almost everything that exists in Teyvat today. To them, preserving the existence of the world and its inhabitants takes priority over protecting Sumeru.
Meaning, protecting Sumeru now falls to you.
Yes. My own power may be limited, especially compared to yours. But that doesn't mean that we're just gonna sit around and wait for the end. If necessary, I will utilize any and every means at my disposal.
Nicole of the Hexen Circle didn't say exactly what this meeting was about. But after hearing everything you've said so far, I think I can guess where this is going.
That's right. Nahida and I discussed it at length. We both know how presumptuous this is, but...
You need the pyronosis, don't you?
Yes, you guessed correctly. Originally, I only intended to borrow it, but the situation is far graver than I foresaw. So instead, what I ask of you is to please give the pyronosis to Sumeru.
Why do you sound so nervous? There's no need to be shy.
Surely a gnosis is pretty important to a god.
I guess, but it's not as if losing it would suddenly render us powerless. But I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. With all the nations you've traveled to, and all the gods you've met, you must have realized that by now. As far as I'm concerned, a gnosis is basically an elemental energy enhancer. But I don't usually use it. You know me. I like to think I'm pretty strong without it.
Yeah. Not about to dispute that.
So you see, you don't need to sweat it. Here, take the pyronosis.
Uh-huh. Just like that?
Uh-huh, just like that. To tell the truth, I've always toyed with the idea of giving it to someone who needs it more than I do. I know you accompanied Nahida here to try and increase the chance of success. It's a good thing you did, because your involvement is one of the main reasons you've managed to persuade me.
Are you sure about this? Handing over your gnosis just because of me?
I won't try to quantify it, but trust me, handing over the gnosis to Tumaini is far from the craziest idea I could think of. Besides, even if you hadn't come here personally, I think I still would have agreed to Nahida's request. Irminsul doesn't just affect Sumeru. It impacts all of Teyvat. I know all too well how difficult it can be to protect the things you care about. So logically, morally, or however you want to cut it, helping you is the right thing to do. You don't need to tell me the specifics of your plan. Where the gnosis is involved, the tighter the secrecy, the higher your chances of success.
Moika, my heartfelt thanks go to you and the people of Naplan.
Don't mention it. But now for the hard part. How do I actually give it to you? The Irminsul barrier is right in the way.
I have an idea.
Just as I thought.
Incredible. What did you do?
Just made a lucky guess. This seems to happen quite a lot. Things that apply to everyone else don't seem to apply to me. I figured the same might be true here.
Irminsul usually produces effects based on the records it holds. Since the Traveler is a descender, Irminsul contains no records of her, and thus has no way to impede her.
Is that right? You really are full of surprises. Catch.
Whoa! Thank you, Moika. Thank you for trusting us with something so important.
All right. No need to get so formal. It's not like we're strangers. Besides, there's still one problem. You might be able to pass through the barrier, but I don't know about the gnosis. Any other surprises for us, Traveler?
Let me try something. I have the pyronosis in my hand. It feels strangely ordinary, not particularly heavy. And yet, this tiny thing symbolizes the mighty authority of a god. I need to think hard about my memories of Pyro. My memories of journeying through Natlan. All those important experiences I've had.
The gnosis disappeared. Traveler, are you alright?
I'm fine. The pyronosis disappeared into my body, just like phlogiston.
Maybe it resonates with you because you've mastered the power of phlogiston. You might not be recorded in the ley lines, but you're still our Tumaini.
Whew.
Please allow me to express my gratitude once again, Malika.
Pleasure. Well, I've given you all the help I can. The rest is up to you. Good luck.
We won't let you down.
Yeah, we aren't about to lose.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you feeling?
Paimon's a teensy bit nervous, but only a teeny tiny bit. Seems like she's gotten way braver over the last few years, huh?
Of course. After all the adventures you've had with the Traveler, I'm sure you've gained a lot of experience and grown as a person.
I'm doing all right. What about you, Nahida? How are you holding up?
With the negative effects of Irminsul, I'm a bit like a piece of fruit that's been burrowed into by hungry insects and left to rot. I'd be lying if I said it was nothing. But please don't worry. We all know what we're getting into, and we've prepared as well as we can. I believe in everyone. I believe in you. And I believe in myself. Stoking the fire inside oneself is certainly one way to live, but knowing when to rely on one's companions is also a form of great wisdom. I've been quietly learning little things from everyone, like plucking tufts of fur from a sumpter beast.
Me too. With the constant traveling, I'm always learning and growing. That's the journey of life.
I think there's someone else here who would share that sentiment.
Don't worry about what I think. I was just passing by and happened to overhear your conversation.
What are you talking about, Hat Guy? This is the top floor. No one passes by the top floor.
Says who? You can fly just like I can. I would have thought it makes sense to you of all people.
I don't know why, but I feel a little more relaxed now.
It shows that you feel comfortable laying down your burdens in our presence. It means that Sumeru is a place you can trust, where you know we have your back. And we feel exactly the same way around you. That's what it means to be friends. Feel free to mingle if you'd like some time to catch up with people. Just remember to get a good night's sleep when you're done. Tomorrow is a very important day.
Ah, it's finally done. Ugh, but I have a nagging feeling that there's something I've forgotten. Oh, there you are. Everything wrapped up on your end? Okay, fair enough. That was a pointless question. We were working in tandem, after all.
You must really be exhausted.
Well, it's been a busy day for both of us.
When work ends, you clock out. No looking back.
Yeah, we're definitely due a break. Probably a little late to start drinking now, though. I'll stick with water. Here, this one's for you.
Thanks.
You want a bite to eat? I can grab us something. Or wait, I think there's a stove nearby. Let me take a look.
Are you nervous?
A little, yeah. Unlike you, it seems. How are you not feeling at all nervous?
Because everything that happens next is beyond my individual control. I don't worry about things I cannot influence.
What do you mean, cannot influence? You're the one who came up with half of the strategies we ended up using.
There's only so much I can do. I was only doing my duty.
Was it like this last time, too?
You mean with Azar and his accomplices? Yes and no. The situation back then was easier to control, but we weren't as prepared as we are this time.
So the enemy is stronger, but so are we. I still vividly remember the way you interrogated me in the library after the fact. Where were you when Sumeru needed you most?
If your memory is so vivid, you might also recall that it was you who came looking for an argument. You're often the one who initiates these things, you know.
I came for a conversation! I didn't know it was gonna turn into an argument! Anyway, at least I showed up this time. So, what do you think?
What do I think? I think we're certainly better off for it.
It's good having me around to help out, huh?
Absolutely. As a citizen of Sumeru, you displayed a remarkable sense of responsibility in the face of disaster.
Certainly feels that way. I just shudder to think how the world would have ended up if we hadn't gotten control of the situation. So, do you think this is what impending disaster looks like? The sky is so clear, and there isn't a whiff of decay or destruction in the air. It's hard to imagine that the fall of humanity could happen on an ordinary day like this.
Awful things happen all the time. Sometimes people can stop them, and sometimes they can't. What you and I have done is increase our chances of stopping this one.
Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. Oh, nothing. It's nothing. I hope everything works out tomorrow.
It will. As long as we stick to the plan, our chances of success are good.
It's really strange. You're my junior, yet you always seem to act more like an upperclassman than I do.
I think it's mostly a matter of temperament.
Ugh. Walked right into that one, didn't I?
We'll make our move after sunrise tomorrow.
Good. Is everything ready?
As much as possible.
That'll be enough. Don't let the pressure get to you. We'll take things one step at a time. That's how we've always done it.
Master Tainari! Mr. Sino! So this is where you were. I brought some juice and some water. Would you like some?
I know how easily you get dehydrated in the desert, so you should definitely have some water. In which case, I'll have the juice.
I gotta ask, though. Who's on juice-making duty at a time like this?
Madame Farazan said she was feeling a little nervous, so I told her about the automatic juicer my friend invented. She took it right off me and started making carton after carton of juice.
A juicer? Did Sucrose send that to you?
Yeah. I hadn't had the chance to try it out before this incident occurred, but I couldn't bear to leave it behind in Gandharvaville.
The juice is very sweet.
I think so too.
Kale, how are you feeling?
Physically, I'm okay, but it just still feels strange to me. Why would a great power like this come to someone like me?
I know the feeling well. That same question ran through my mind every day as a kid.
At least now, you have someone who can relate to you.
All the more reason that you should apply for Spontamod. Tainari fiercely opposes the idea, though.
Those two things are completely unrelated.
What are we all chatting about, Would anyone like any juice? Oh, you have some already. I had some earlier, ma'am. Maybe give the extra to someone else?
Very well, very well. I shall be off then.
There's this enormous power, and then there's little old you. You feel like there's no connection between the two. And that sense of dissonance is difficult to get used to.
Yeah. But after all this time, I can't believe this stuff still gets to me sometimes. Makes me feel a little childish.
Kale, just because we normally keep the conversation light doesn't mean we can't discuss deeper issues. I don't think it's childish at all. You were the victim of a terrible crime. It's normal to struggle with the fallout from it. You have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of.
My professor once told me that no incident can be considered truly resolved until the victim says it's over. Your rage and your pain are completely justified.
Thanks. Miss Nicole said that the same god remains which were once used to inflict so much pain upon me have now become a weapon with which I can protect everyone. It's like my own personal kind of evolution. Every innocent person who's been hurt needs time to realize that it wasn't their fault. I was the same. But it's all about to be over. Tomorrow, it ends for good.
I don't know if you've noticed, but you rarely stumble over your words anymore, and your outlook has become much more positive. It's a big change from how you used to be.
And since this isn't over, you can settle the matter on your own terms. It's time you seized back control. I believe in you.
Yeah, Sumeru is my home, and it's so important to me. I have to protect it. No, I will protect it.
And once you're done, how about you come back and apply for Spontamod?
Stop it with the sales pitch, would you?
Hey, excuse me. There are still 3 unclaimed cups of juice here. Why don't you take one each? Ugh, my arms are getting sore from carrying them around everywhere.
Madame Farazan, why are you...
Thank you, Madame Farazan.
Drink up and enjoy my handiwork. I think I'm going to make something else now instead.
Please, try to relax, Madame Farazan. Your nerves are starting to get the better of you.
I know.
Something on your mind, Miss Nefer?
Nothing in particular. It's just... right now, the future feels strange and unfamiliar.
But the future has not yet arrived. How can you say how it feels?
Some people know that there's an impending disaster. Others remain blissfully unaware. Each group is imagining an entirely different future while walking towards the same one. But when they get there, they'll still find they feel differently about it. People are shaped by their circumstances. Different circumstances create people with different perspectives.
I've always found the perspective of the Vahumana Darshan to be a particularly incisive one.
Even at the height of the crisis in Nodcry, people held diverging opinions. But things are different this time.
Indeed. Regardless of faith, gender, wealth, skin color, or eye color, everyone in Sumeru knows what will happen tomorrow.
The world has never been an especially fair place. Yet now, against all odds, a moment of unprecedented unity and equality is about to take place. It's fascinating. If only my father could have lived to see this era.
Era. To me, that term represents a much greater span of time. It can be an unsettling word. I would even say I'm afraid of it.
Do angels even feel fear?
Yes, at least I do. I fear the gap that grows wider with each passing day, and the never-ending flow of time. Time renders all memories insignificant and reduces all splendor to nothing. But those memories are the one thing I do not want to lose.
You're very human in that regard.
If angels draw too close to humanity, our wings burn away in the bright flame of awareness, and we fall to the earth. After spending so long among humans, I have lost much of my former glory.
Maybe that's a good thing. You're more human than some humans are.
I've been talking to Kale a lot in recent days. We seem to be in completely opposite situations. I suppose that makes us good case studies for comparison.
Case studies for who?
Myself, I suppose. After comparing the two of us, I suddenly discovered that I desired more than before. It was a gentle, pleasant sensation. Just as most people pursue glory and miracles, I too am pursuing miracles of my own. Guiding humans to make the miracles in their hearts a reality. That is my miracle. It doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Look at the time. I should head back. I'm so sorry. I was in a hurry and didn't look where I was going. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Wait, you're...
Have we met?
Not exactly. I think we may have crossed paths by the house of Dana before.
Oh. You're Hat Guy! From Vahumana, right?
You recognize me?
The clue's in the name. Mr. Hat Guy.
Fair point.
It's getting pretty late. What's keeping you up?
I could ask you the same question. If I'm not mistaken, all the workload for the Ratawa Histarshan wrapped up a good while ago.
Well, I have something of a background in Satyavada life, so I was helping the Dendro Archon make some preparations. But I must have lost track of time.
Did you find the experience enlightening at all?
Honestly, it was tedious and uneventful at first. But eventually, I think I did sense some profound truths. But they also brought a lot of suffering with them. I was told that I even shed tears while I was meditating, though I have no idea why. Sorry. I hope I'm not scaring you.
Not at all. It just proves you're very accomplished in your research. Good night. I wish you all the best for tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. You too.
Too bad we've got a fight tomorrow. I could really do with a stiff drink.
Let us pray instead.
Prayer. How nostalgic.
Lord Sangama Bay. Came to get some fresh air too, did ya?
That's right. Actually, I was hoping I might run into you, Dia. I wanted to let you know that I've stocked up on that perfume you said you were so fond of.
No, really? I'll take 2. Any chance of a friends and family discount?
I knew you'd ask that. And I'm afraid to say that. Surprise! It's free of charge.
That's very generous of you, Lord Sangama Bay. Does this mean you've made a fortune in Notcry?
Nope. Turns out it's not that easy to turn a profit there. I even ran some assorted losses. But anyway, that has nothing to do with why I wanted to give you and Dia a small gift. Remember that merchant caravan you two rescued in the desert last month? That was transporting my goods!
No way! I had no idea that was your shipment. Explains the, eclectic mix of goods, though.
Lord Sangama Bay's investment in the desert and generous stockpiling of goods has helped many people over the years. The shelters you funded especially have made life a little easier for the children and the elderly.
Wait, how did you know about that? Oh, I see. Nefer told you, didn't she? That pesky lady. Aren't intel brokers at least supposed to charge for divulging people's secrets?
She and Candace go way back. It's normal for close friends to share things you wouldn't tell to everyone else.
Sure, but why did they have to be things about me?
That's how Nefer shows that she cares. She wishes for all of us to know what a generous person you truly are.
It must be hard trying to make a living far away from home. Just because we can tell what kind of person you are doesn't mean everyone else can.
Well, maybe her intentions were partly good, but I don't think that's the full story. I'm sure she enjoyed knowing how much it would annoy me. I'm telling you, Nefer's got a mean streak.
Definitely with you on that. Does praying help you stay calm?
Defending one's home is a just cause. My heart is filled with a mix of anger and hope.
Anger. You know, being able to get angry is a good thing. It shows that you're in touch with the real world, and that you have the passion to pursue something you believe in.
Oh, my lady? What are you doing out here?
Just taking a walk to clear my head. And look where I ended up. Were you praying just now?
Yes, Miss Dunyarzad. Would you like to join us?
Come on, it's fine. She won't mind who you pray to.
Oh, then sure.
I remember you, Miss Dunyarzad. You visited my shop before. If I recall correctly, the god you worship is the Dendroarchon, correct?
That's right. She is such a gentle and kind god. But to me, she is more than just a god I worship. I see her more as a friend. And so do many others. She's not some almighty god who reigns on high, but a genuine friend.
Agreed. She's a wise teacher and a good friend.
I spoke with several people during the evacuation. Everyone's aware that tomorrow's battle is one that ordinary people can join too. A battle to fight for our friends and our homeland. Oh, it makes me glad. I can finally do something for those who protected me.
You've grown so much since we first met.
Oh, a compliment? Ooh, more please. Thank you.
My lady, you've always been a remarkably strong and ambitious person. It's indisputable. And that's not just a compliment. It's a statement of fact. What are you praying for?
Our beliefs may not be entirely the same, but we both wish for the same thing.
I pray that everyone will rise to the challenges ahead and return safe and sound.
I pray for the safe return of all my companions.